Brittany, welcome back to Under the Radar Books. Today I want to do the New York Times By the Book tag. This was created by Marie Berg, who has a lovely channel, which I will link down below. I wasn't specifically tagged for this, but I have been absolutely loving the videos. I think these questions are fantastic, and so I really wanted to do the tag as well. First question is, what book is on your nightstand right now? And I actually have quite a few books on my nightstand right now. These are the books that I have coming up to read in the near future. This is the one I'm currently reading, Sweet Home by Karis Bray. And then a couple other buddy reads I'm going to be doing this month are The Girl in the Red Coat, Rebel of the Sands, and My Brilliant Friend. Question number 2 is, what was the last truly great book that you read? This was really hard to decide because I had some really great reads in March. But I think I'm going to have to go with Little Sister Death by William Gay. I enjoyed this writing so much, and I'm so happy that I found this author because I haven't heard very many people talk about William Gay, and I'm just really excited to explore his backlist and read some more books by him. Number 3, if you could meet any writer, dead or alive, who would it be and what would you want to know? Oh, this is so hard. I think I would want to meet J.K. Rowling because I just think she seems like such an awesome person, and she seems hilarious, and I'd love to ask her a lot of questions about how she created the world that she did and how she continues to create it. I also would love to meet Christy Logan, who I absolutely adore her books, and she just seems like the nicest person. And I also would love to meet my wonderful friend and author Jen Campbell because she is just such an inspiration to me. She is just such a fantastic and beautiful person, and I'm hoping one day I will be able to meet her and she could sign all my books for me. Number 4, what books might we be surprised to find on your shelves? I feel like I don't think a lot of people would be that surprised by anything on my shelves. So I wanted to talk about a book that I haven't talked about before, but that I really love, and it is a YA book, so I guess that might be kind of a little bit of a surprise because I don't read too many YA. It is The Forest of Hands and Teeth by Carrie Ryan, and this is one of my favorite YA books I've ever read. This whole series is fantastic. Carrie Ryan's writing is fantastic. This is a zombie story, kind of archaic in the way that they live, like, you know, the men do the crops and the women are the homemakers, and they have arranged marriages and very strong religion and things like that. And it's because they are living amongst a zombie apocalypse, and so they have been reduced to, you know, no technology and just surviving kind of how we used to live. And it's really fascinating. It is on the edge of your seat thriller. There is a love story involved, and I just really enjoyed it. I've read this multiple times and I will read it again and again, I am sure. So if you're looking for a new YA book to give a try, I would highly recommend this. Even if you don't usually pick up YA, I would still recommend this. It's really great. Question number 5 is, how do you organize your personal library? My library is separated by read and to be read, and then the shelves behind me are done by color, which I just recently did. I used to have my books done by author, but it was too difficult when I got a new book to try to like squeeze it in, and since I have weird shelves that like only hardbacks, really tall hardbacks can fit in certain rows and things like that, I needed like a more simple approach, and so this is a lot easier when I get new books to squeeze them in just based on color, and I really enjoy the way that it looks. It's lovely, and I think I'll keep it this way for a while as long as it keeps working for me. Number 6, what book have you always meant to read and haven't gotten around to yet? Is there anything you feel embarrassed never having read? This might be the book that has been on my shelves the longest. This is Extremely Loud and Incredibly Close by Jonathan Safran Foer, and I definitely want to pick this up at some point. I know that Max loves this author so much, and it says 9-year-old Oscar Schell has been embarked on an urgent secret mission that will take him through the 5 boroughs of New York. His goal is to find the lock that matches a mysterious key that belonged to his father, who died in the World Trade Center on the morning of September 11th. This seemingly impossible task will bring Oscar into contact with the survivors of all sorts of exhilarating, affecting, often hilarious, and ultimately healing journey. So it sounds amazing. I know that there was a movie that they made into it. It's a New York Times bestseller. It's won a ton of awards. It's really cool because it has like illustrations and different things in it, which I absolutely love, like multimedia type things. So I really need to pick this up. I have a feeling I'm really gonna love it. There are a few books that I am embarrassed about not having read before. The first one is The Handmaid's Tale by Margaret Atwood, because I've never read any Margaret Atwood, which is crazy because I think like all of her books sound amazing to me and really appeal to me, so that needs to be fixed very quickly. Also, I have never read Jane Eyre. I've never read Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte, which is crazy because it's like the original, one of the original Gothic type novels, which is what I absolutely love. So I'm really hoping to pick this up very soon, as well as The Handmaid's Tale. Number 7, disappointing, overrated, just not good. What book did you feel you were supposed to like but didn't? Do you remember the last book that you put down without finishing? A book that I definitely thought I was going to like and for sure, you know, went into it really, really invested was Cloud Alice by David Mitchell. And I still enjoyed this book. I gave it 3 stars, but it just kind of fell short for me. I wasn't blown away by it. It was just okay. You know, it wasn't great. It wasn't bad. It was just, like, I just felt very indifferent about the whole thing. I am excited to read the rest of David Mitchell's books, and I really enjoyed the concept and the writing style, but it just, yeah, I didn't feel invested in the characters at all, and yeah, it just was kind of so-so for me. I am not a person who DNFs books very often, and if I do, I don't usually rate them, I just put them down. The most recent book that I DNF'd was The Moon Dwellers, which me and Elena were planning a buddy reading last month. I read about 30 pages and it just was not for me. It's a YA dystopian and it was just, I don't know, it was just like so repetitive and tropey and I just didn't get along with it. So that is the most recent one that I DNF'd. Number 8 is what kind of stories are you drawn to and are there any that you stay clear of? My favorite types of stories are really dark fiction, horror, magical realism, and I think those are the top 3 ones that I would definitely go for. It's what the majority of my shelves are filled with. Ones that I stay away from are usually like genre romance books, romance in general, and I don't really pick up too much nonfiction. I'm trying to change that because I know if there's nonfiction out there that I will enjoy. I just have to find the right books. Number 9, if you could require the president to read one book, what would it be? I think I would say Flowers for Algernon, which I think is such a brilliant book, and it explores so many things about humanity and deformity and mental illness, and I just think it's really important, so I would have to say that one. And number 10, what do you plan to read next? That was the books I plan to read next. Some of them were the ones that I showed you that were on my nightstand, but also I have my books I will be reading for the Genreathon, which takes place from the 10th to the 17th that I will be hosting, and those books include Girl in the Dark, The Long Way to a Small Angry Planet, Anya's Ghost, Everything I Never Told You, and Don't Look Now and Other Stories. So that was really fun. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this tag. I'm also going to tag a couple other people. I would really love to see Sophie from Portal in the Pages, as well as Winks from Winks and Ink, and Katie from Life Between Words. So all those channels I will link down below. I would love to tag you guys and see your answers for this tag, and all of these channels are wonderful, so please go check them out as well. And until next time, happy reading, guys.